We going live. We going live on the channel of the E2 Blue, E2 Blue, E2 Blue. We going live, going live. Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you on this live stream on Thursday night. Thursday night is the night, baby. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let's see what we got. What we got going on? What we got going on? Yo, Brandon Williams. What up? What up, Brandon Williams? What's going on? Got the same last name as me. You got to be dope if your last name is Williams. So, shout out to you, Mr. Williams, because we got the same last name. Dave Moore. What up? My day one. What up, bro? What it do? What it do? Greg English. What's Craig? Craig. What up, Craig? What up, Derek? What it do? Man, chilling, Brandon, chilling, man. Look, we are inching closer, guys. We are inching closer to Dallas Cowboys football, to actually watching a live game. First of all, I just want to know, those of you that are in here right now, let me know how you feel about that. Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me, right? We good? We good on the sound? Because if not, I can fix that. Dave Moore, you said you're ready for some football. I'm telling you, I'm ready too. She said, "What it do, girl? What it do?" Brian, what up? Anita, how you doing? Dirt, man, it is, and we're gonna get into it, Derek. We're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna get up into that. But first, before we good on the sound, I bet. Um, where Craig at? Y'all know the song. Y'all know the song by Too Loud. Excited more and more daily. I'm telling you, man. Like, we've been seeing all the players. Like, I mean, not just the Cowboys, but throughout the league, players in training camp and things of that nature. Just seeing teams and basically what they do every offseason, training camp live. Where I don't know if you guys watch training camp live, but it's cool when they give you kind of like a little snippet of the inside of like every NFL team. I love to see all the teams and what they're doing and things of that nature, as opposed to what's different than what our team is doing. Coco, what it do, Coco? Not you, Coco. Not you, but that Coco. Not the dog, but you, Coco. How you doing officially, Coco? How you doing? LVE at the Mike and Jalen Will at the Blitz. Yeah. So Craig, you Craig. Coco know about that. Where Craig at? Doom, 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 doom. Oh, he in the house. Hey, y'all, look, man, I love y'all. Y'all know I'm a damn fool, right? You know how we do. So, yes, LVE is going to be, you said, yeah, not the dog. Yeah, so LVE is moving to the middle. Mike linebacker. Jalen, look, I'm liking that because I feel like that's where LVE should have been in the first place. You hear what Amari Cooper said about having 3,000? Yeah, 3,000 yard, say that 5 times fast. 3 1,000 yard receivers. Now, apparently that hasn't been done in a while. Only a few teams have done that throughout their tenure. I don't think 3 wide receivers have ever done it. Now, we were close last season if Randall Cobb didn't drop some of those passes, and if some of those passes he had weren't called back, he would have actually had 1,000 yards, and we would have actually had 3 1,000 yard receivers last year. So I don't think that Amari Cooper is that far off. If you let Ezekiel Elliott tell you, all these guys gonna eat, bro. Everybody eating this season, bro. Everybody is eating, and of course, ladies that are in here as well. You said the Cards did it. Yeah, that's why I said, Brandon. Only a couple of teams in the league have done it over the years. Yeah, the last was the Cardinals. Yes, I heard that as well. Hey, Shay, how you doing? Um, as far as how I feel about this season, now minus the whole COVID-19 and everything like that. Um, uh, and I'm glad that I don't have it, but prayers out to get those who had the COVID or have the COVID or had it and got rid of it, but are still having some sort of symptoms or whatever. Prayers up for everybody for that. Now, with me, like I just for whatever reason, like my nose been stopped up. I don't know if it's because of the heat, and then because with me with my job, like I'm in and out of like hot and cold all day long, so I get the sniffles all the time. So that's normal for me. And I kind of got a nasally voice anyway. I hate that. I hate my voice. It's because of my adenoids. I don't like it. I hate my voice. I really do. I love the fact that you guys can stand hearing me. That makes me feel a little better about it. But I just, personally, I'm not a fan of my voice. I'm really not. But anywho, as we progress through this, so as far as training camps going right now, we only have 3 players that are that opted out. Now you look at a team like the Patriots. The Patriots got a lot of key players that are not playing this season that opted out because of the COVID-19. You look at, I think they had Patrick Chung, Dante Hightower. Who's the other guy? They got some. The Patriots got some key players that are out. It make you think that are they trying to, tank the season so they can get Trevor Lawrence in the draft next year? Where's Trevor Lawrence? He's out of Clemson, right? I think that's the school he goes to. I think Mike McCarthy will call plays on offense. So, Deontay, I think what's going to happen is him and Kellen Moore are going to work together with it. So what he's going to do is he's going to give Kellen Moore the reins. He's going to allow him, because he is the coordinator, so he's going to allow him to call the plays, but Mike McCarthy will oversee. So if there's something that he's not seeing or something that Mike McCarthy really want to do in a certain situation, he'll come in and take care of that. But right now, as we speak right now, Kellen Moore is actually going to be calling the plays. That's from what they've been saying. Marcus Cannon, yes. Okay. Hey, Miss Jackie. Everybody say hey to Miss Jackie. Jackie is in the building. Yes, Clemson. Okay, yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Because, when I see him in a uniform, I think it's like the Tigers, the Clemson Tigers, like in that orange color. Yeah, that's how I remember it. It's what team he played for, but yeah. So the healthiest team at the end will have the best chance. Quest, you're right about that. You're definitely right about that. And we talked about injuries and things of that nature, because you look at not just with the Cowboys, but across the board with these teams, you're going to have situations where people are going to have soft tissue injuries because they haven't been able to, be in a, be in a room. Be able to practice with each other and just be there and be around each other. A lot of people kind of just, not practicing on their own like they're supposed to, Tristan Hill. But yeah. But then you look at guys that are like going to the beaches, practicing in the sand, because you know what the sand does. If you ever walked on a beach, you know how hard it is to run on sand. So they do that for resistance. Strengthens up your knees, strengthen up your calf muscles, your ankles, all that lower body. It strengthens all that up. So yes, E2 Blue Nation, you guys are my nation. I think Jason Garrett held him back. Man, Jason Garrett held everybody back, bro. Everybody back. I bet Garrett gonna be chewing gum and clapping in New York. You know what's funny about that, bro? Is but the Giants are gonna be without Nate Solder, so he was one of the guys that opted out. They were counting on him to be there. We already know that offensive line is one of the weak points of the Giants. They got some guys on defense that opted out. So I don't know what they're going to do. Unless they get some guys off the trash heap, they're going to be short. So You look at some of this team. I think the Washington team might actually have a better record than the Giants this season. Those guys over in Washington. I think because you look at Washington, I got to give them their credit. You know, they're going to have a very good defense. Now, we don't know who their quarterback is going to be right now. Was it going to be Dwayne Haskins? Is Alex Smith going to pop up and be like, "Oh, I'm ready to play day one"? I don't know. But you look at that situation and you look at what's going on in the NFC East right now. And you see how everything is going on with other teams, and you can look at your team and be like, "Look, I think that the Cowboys is probably one of the healthiest teams in the division right now." Now, you know, knock on wood, you know, I don't want to jinx anything, but you gotta hedge your bets on that one. Now, the Eagles, I would say they're always a competition for the Cowboys. Of course, I give credit where credit's due. The Eagles have always been a good overall team, even when the Eagles and I gotta chalk it up to their coaching staff. And when I tell you guys how the importance of coaching and how coaching matters, you look at the Eagles organization with their coach, Doug Peterson. You look at what he's doing with Jim Schwartz as their defensive coordinator. You look at that situation, you're like, okay, these are good coaches. They know what they're doing. Now, you got the Cowboys now with Mike McCarthy in the mix. We're going to have a good coaching staff as well. Now, you know, the Giants just kind of just took our leftovers. But, you know, to each his own. If that's what y'all want, hey, if he works better up there, then whatever. I give him his credit. But at the end of the day, I just think that we have the upper hand right now. You still rejoicing because the Giants was close to having Lamar Jackson? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That would have been interesting had they had him. Had they had him, I would have. But you know, you look at the Giants. You look at the quarterbacks they got. Look, they had Eli Manning for all that time. They drafted Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is basically Eli Manning all over again. I think that Daniel Jones is going to be a really good quarterback, but because he's the guy that's going to jump, he's not afraid of pressure. He'll go in there in that pocket and throw the ball. I got to give him that. But another thing is, too, the reason why he didn't play well is because his offensive line, everything was crashing around you. When you're a quarterback and everything is breaking down around you and your offensive line can't hold blocks, that's not a good situation. Not at all. So you look at what we have right now with Mike McCarthy, with Mike Nolan, with our special teams coordinator, Bones. Come on. We're not going to have a trash special teams anymore. Our special teams is going to be better. Our kicking game is going to be better. Our defense is overall going to be better. And to think that with Dak Prescott playing even as well as he did, throwing 5,000 yards, we were that close to even still going to the playoffs last year. Just imagine if a few plays here would have went different, or a few plays there would have went different last year. That would have been the playoffs. But when we didn't go to the playoffs, I wasn't really tripping. You know why? Because we weren't ready to go. Because our defense was trash. They weren't holding up. They were getting ran through like nothing. Our defensive coordinator and Chris Richard, they weren't making the necessary adjustments for us to do things. You know what I mean? They weren't putting guys where they needed to go. So that's why they're gone. We got damn near a whole new staff now. They clean house. Like some of the guys in the old staff I miss, I'm not going to lie, but it's for the better. Right, and Ron Rivera's coaching in Washington. Now, Ron Rivera, Daniel Perez, what up, man? You said special teams was average on the Bones, 15. That's because of what he had with the Rams, though. But you look at the guys that we have, we got some great gunners. We got some tacklers on defense, on special teams. You look at CJ Goodwin. You look at even our punter. Our punter is good. It's just that he had them soft tissue injuries. That was his issue. But I'm telling you, with Bones being the coach now of special teams, I think it'd be better. Because you look at the guy that we had before, he wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't. He was just a carryover. He was just there. You said sweep house, man. Get that broom ready, y'all. 3 wide receivers with 1,000 yards. Dak only missed that by 170 yards. And again, Miss Jackie, I talked about it right before you jumped in the chat. If Randall Cobb wouldn't have dropped some passes, if some of those plays that got called back didn't get called back, he would have got those 1,000 yards, and we would have had those three guys. So I don't think that we're far off from it. I don't know if CeeDee Lamb, I'm not going to give him that much just due yet, until we see what he does in the NFL uniform. But I mean, he'll get some yardage, and he'll buy a lot of his yardage is going to be chunk plays. I'm not going to say that he'll get 1,000, but he might get maybe 60% of that. But if he does get it, by all means, that's a great season. You better at least be in the NFC Championship with that, because I'm telling you, there's teams that don't even have what we have that have done better. That's why I tell you guys, coaching matters. Maher missed it 25-yarder. And look, let me tell you something. Those kicks, look at those games. A lot of those games that we lost last season were less than a touchdown. Less than a touchdown. So with that being said, you can imagine how much more wins and how much more we would have been in the driver's seat just by having better kicking averages, just by having somebody on special teams that freaking makes sense to do what you need to do to win. Mark Holmes in the building. What up, Mark Holmes? Shout out to Mark Holmes. Everybody, Mark Holmes is in the building. What up, Mark? NFC East, whole new division, 3 new head coaches is going to be interesting. It's definitely, you're right about that. It's definitely going to be interesting. And I look at it like this. The Washington team is going to be better. I hate to say that. They're going to be better under Ron Rivera. You got a defensive-minded coach with Jack Del Rio as your defensive coordinator. They should do a little bit better on defense. They got some great guys on defense. And then they just drafted Chase Young too. So, they got some guys that can get to the quarterback. Now, we have to make sure that our offensive line holds up as well. Whoever is our starting center this year, whether it be Joe Looney, whether it be Connor McGovern, whether it be Tyler Badass, either or, we have to make sure that our offensive line is straight. Now, that swing tackle position is highly important. Guys, don't forget about that. And I know some of you guys have been, we talked about this before. I know some of you guys are not high on Cam Irving, but I'm going to tell you right now, Cam Irving is that guy that can be that swing tackle. He's played on the left side. He's played on the right side. Remember, he was a first-round draft pick. You guys forget. Last offseason, we actually got in the offseason 6, and I repeat, 6 former first-round draft picks in last year's offseason on this team right now. So we forget where these guys come from because sometimes they didn't. Mark said, you said F the Washington team. Yes, Mark. Yes, I agree. Mark getting spicy already. He said, F the Washington team. I hear you, brother. Yeah. And I'm telling you, but you can't count the Washington team out right now because of what they have. You already know how it is with these divisional rivals. No matter how good or bad they're playing, for whatever reason, because, these teams know each other. So it's going to be different. Now, 3 teams in the division have the upper hand right now. The Eagles don't have that. They have 3 coaches, new coaches. So the Eagles are going to have a hard time trying to figure things out with the other 3 teams because there's new coaches. Now, I think the Giants, they'll figure them out a little easier because all they got to do is look at old Cowboys tape because they're basically running Jason Garrett's offense up there in Giants now. So basically all you got to do is watch old Cowboys tape and then watch old tape of Daniel Jones and you got the Giants. That's it. That's all you got to do. Mark said, F the Eagles as well. I hear you, Mark. Brandon said, goodness, Mark. Goodness. Mark, I said, Mark, did you have something spicy to eat today, Mark? Because you on fire, bro. F Washington, F the Eagles. Who else you want to shout out, Mark? Anita said, Mark on a roll. Yes, Miss Jackie. The Giants will definitely mirror the Cowboys. And again, all teams got to do is watch Jason Garrett's tape from the Cowboys, watch old tape of Daniel Jones from last season, and you got their offense figured out. Everybody, we know what Saquon Barkley can do. That's their biggest threat on offense. You stop that run, I don't know what else they got. I mean, They got some good young receivers, and I think that what is his name? Darius Slayton. That guy, he has a good rapport with Daniel Jones, and I think they got Golden Tate up there too. But I think you put those guys together. I think I don't know. I can't get the Giants really too much due because again they go. Mark said the Giants, F them with a Jason. Oh, Mark. Oh, Mark. Oh, Mark made them Jobu win. Mark said, "Hey, look." Mark said, "Only winners get wings." But again, okay, so let's get to the topic of the discussion. I wanted to get some other things out of the way first, but let's go ahead and slide into the topic of discussion. So we were talking about Randy Gregory, right? So we know that you said too much rum, Mark. Mark said that's right. Only winners get wings. That's what Mark says. So shout out to Mark Holmes. So this is the thing. You look at Randy Gregory. Now, he got reprimanded for the weed and got suspended for that. Ended up getting indefinitely. You said only a Mike's. Okay. You had Mike's Hard Lemonade. Mark, I love me some Mike's Hard Lemonade. So is Daniel Jones reign Dakota Prescott? Can he run the ball? No, Daniel Jones is not Dakota Prescott, Miss Jackie. Not at all. No, I was just saying when they look at film, they look at Daniel and then they look at Jason Garrett's offense. And then that's how a team can figure out the Giants without actually seeing them play this season. They can kind of get a good idea of what they're doing. Cowboys, nobody knows what the Cowboys are going to do. Nobody's going to know because only thing they know is they can look at what Dak Prescott is good at, the RPO, the shotgun, things that Dak Prescott excelled in Mississippi State. We know what he can do. You look at Ezekiel Elliott, they know what Ezekiel Elliott can do. But what they don't know is the formations that we're going to run. The fact that we're running this West Coast offense now. The fact that we have a different coach that's going to do different things, different pre-snap reads. I mean, it's almost going to be a pick your poison offense because, again, you're going to have guys you're going to be able to spread out. CeeDee Lamb could play all the spots. And from what I heard, they might actually put him with some running back reps as well. There's going to be packages where you're going to see both Zeke and Tony Pollard on the field at the same time. And we're just going to confuse the hell out of defenses pre-snap. And Dak Prescott knows this offense. He knows his team. Those pre-snap reads and him changing stuff at the line, kill. It's gonna be a good thing, man. So apparently, Dave, from what he said, he does want to play. He said he's spoken many times to the board, NFLPA, to Roger Goodell. He basically is saying that he's getting more questions than answers. You said Mark got the food situation on lock. Yeah, he does. But when you look at the situation, right? When you look at it in the grand scheme of things, all the Randy Gregory the Cowboys have the rights to Randy Gregory, right? All they have to do legitimately is reinstate him. All he has to do is go to the Star, get his COVID test, get his physicals done, and he's ready to roll. Like he said, Randy Gregory said himself, I'm physically fit. I've been working my butt off, mentally, emotionally, all that. And again, they've laxed the rules on the weed anyway. So whatever the situation is, he's done his time. When they gave him that indefinite suspension, he's been out a while. So there's no difference than when they let Aldon Smith back in. Why can't you let Randy Gregory back? You know why? Because whatever the reason is, Roger Goodell and NFLPA, they don't like the Cowboys. Apparently, they don't like the Cowboys because they don't want us to do us no favors because they know if they let him back in, right? And that's what I said, Mark. They lax the rules. So with that being said, what's holding you back from letting them back in the league? Are you afraid that the Cowboys going to do something special, with both him and Alden Smith. Obviously, there's a threat there. Clearly, there's a threat there. Oh, Cowboys execution. I've been doing the push-ups. I've been doing the sit-ups. I've been running, and I hate running. I've been running, trying to strengthen my knees back up from when I tore my patella tendon when I played football. And I'm just. Let me tell you something, bro. And I'm getting back to skating again. So, as you guys see my Instagram video, I'm posting little videos as I go along, trying to get back into the groove of skating again because it's been a while. Show y'all my skills. You feel me? And Craig, it's gonna be trouble. Craig, it's gonna be trouble. But see, the NFL ain't ready for that. They're not ready for Randy Gregory comeback. And to me, there's no rhyme or reason why they're holding him back. Anthony Martinez, appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it. Give Randy Gregory a fatty quarterback pancakes for munchies. Y'all funny. But look, that's the situation. Like, the team loves Randy Gregory, right? Jerry Jones loves him some Randy Gregory. Stephen Jones loves him some Randy Gregory. They want him around the team, but because there. So they can't really, they could probably call him on the phone and stuff like that, but he can't physically be at the star until he gets reinstated. Now, like I said, they gave him that bullshit excuse about the COVID. Again, that's bull because other people's have gotten reinstated during this time. It doesn't matter. Just reinstate him. All he needs to do is get his physical, get his COVID test done. Within a week, he will be right there with the team, ready to execute in training camp and ready to compete with the rest of his defensive ends with Alden Smith. And we can get this rotation cracking, y'all. We talk about this rotation with Randy Gregory, and we've included Randy Gregory all offseason as if he was going to be on this team. So, and me and Mark talked about this before. There was no doubt in my mind that he was going to get reinstated. Now we're sitting here now August, and he's still not with the team, and it just makes you think, why are we, like you said you saw me doing pirouettes. Speaking of pirouettes, the NFL's pirouetting around the real issue here, and it's like, okay, why are y'all doing that? I don't see other teams go through this crap. I really don't. You said ask Josh Norman. Man, first of all, ask Josh Norman about Dak Prescott, because y'all seen that game where Dak Prescott just literally just get off me, like he just stiff armed the hell out of Josh. Look, Josh Norman just don't need to say nothing. He need to stop jumping over bulls in Spain. I think that's why he sucked last year. You done jumped over all them bulls and you done stretched out your hammies. Now you're getting stiff arm in the face by a quarterback. How you feel, sir? He's just too cocky for me. I'm not a fan of his. But Anita said, yes, he did. Team Dak. You better get it. Randy is targeted because he's rebellious and Dallas Cowboys. Now, okay, so look. Now, yeah, he may have been rebellious before, but Randy Gregory, he's been patient. I believe, he learned never, they gave him his punishment. At this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, it's not even rebellion. It's the fact that he's done everything that they asked him to do. All those tests that they asked him, all that harassment that they had him do. Oh, come to New York, come to Chicago, come to Cleveland. They had him going all over the place. Y'all remember that? They had him going all over the place taking tests. They shouldn't have had to do that. Like, I ain't never seen no other player go through. Did Antonio Brown go through stuff like that? First of all, Antonio Brown, like, is crazy as hell. I think he got CTE because he got mental case. I'd rather have Randy Gregory any day than that. But again, Randy Gregory has always been a good football player. It's just that he just needed that time to just concentrate on football. And I think that right now where his mindset is, and, just by hearing him talk, it seems like that he's ready to go. And I think that they need to just leave that alone and just allow him to come and play. You said his stiff arm was like a Sonny Liston jab. Yeah, he punked Josh. No, he sure did. And look, Josh Norman didn't say nothing else after that game. He was, put the kids to bed. I think Alden Smith is going to be a beast too, Deontay. I wish he could get some type of representation because at this point, it's somewhere. Yeah, I agree with you, Daryl. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, Art. If they do allow Randy in before this training camp is over with, let me tell you, it's going. Man, they're gonna eat. They're gonna eat, and then you couple that with what we have at defensive tackle. Mark Holmes will tell you, you need that big guy in the middle, and you finally got Don Terry Poe. You got Gerald McCoy at the 3 tech. You got Tyrone Crawford back that helps out at the 3 tech. So you got Antoine Woods back there at the 1 tech. He can also play 3 as well. So what I'm saying is you got guys to rotate with. Don't forget, at end, you still got Dorrance Armstrong. What is he going to do out there? You got Bradley at 9 now. What's he going to do? You go back to defensive tackle. Big Neville Gallimore. Big Neville. I'm a big fan of Neville. When they drafted him, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to just look at the situation, and I don't know. The league is scared. They scared. They scared of what we going to do right now. Absolutely, the amount of testing was impossible to comply with, and that automatically called it dirt. Right. So I mean, they were trying. I mean, he was destined to fail with that situation anyway. That was a no-win situation for him. You said it's a 17-game season this year. Yeah, it's still the same amount of games this year. And I think that next year, I think that's when they're going to add another game. I believe so. But the changes they made were for the playoffs for this season. So everything stays the same except for that. So the playoffs change, the format changes this year, and then the NFL regular season changes next season, which I think is even better because hopefully next year we're not dealing with this COVID stuff and we can go back to some type of normalcy. I pray for that every day. Lord, I did. Mike McCarthy looks like he could play in the trenches. He might. But you look at when he was talking to the players, he was like, this is the winning attitude right now. We are here to win. Mike McCarthy is no nonsense right now. Mike Nolan is no nonsense. What they're going to do right now, these players know what it is. You heard Leighton Vander Esch talk in his press conference. These guys are excited to get out there and play with this new coaching staff. They are excited. They're not going to tell you their true feelings about the last staff. Now, they'll talk about it in their regular time, but when they know that media is around, they're not stupid. They know that that's going to get out there, and they don't want that to get out there. So they're not going to talk like that around the team. But, if you catch them, drinking a beer or something, hanging out, they might tell you what really it is. And like George Iloka, a shout out to George Iloka, his podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like he speaks on the real stuff that's really going on. And I got to commend him for that because it's hard still being a player in this league, still trying to talk the way you want to talk because media is on you heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank God for YouTube and allowing us to be able to voice our opinions as YouTubers and vloggers and stuff like that because, it brings a non-biased opinion to the whole situation. Like, for instance, you watch First Take, you watch Speak for Yourself, you watch all those other shows, right? ESPN, whatever. Then you look at guys like me, Mark, Law Nation, Vosh Lombardi, Okoye Media, Skywalker Steel, Big Game James. You look at Cowboys Vlog, Dallas Cowboys Fan 1980. You talk about all of us that are doing this YouTube thing as Cowboy YouTubers. And whatever it is, you guys might follow each and every one of us. But at the same time, you look at the situation like, okay, you get a non-biased opinion from us because we don't get paid to say what they want you to say. You know what I mean? Like, we're not selling our soul for what they want to say. We're speaking on our opinion. We're speaking on the research that we do. We're speaking on things that make sense. And you already know my line. E2, always keep it real. So at the end of the day, you don't get it 100 from me all day because that's what I do. So With that being said, you're going to get an opinion from me that, normally when I talk the facts. And if I tell you, okay, well, I believe blah, 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 then I'll give you what I personally believe. But I try to make, nobody's right all the time. You know what I mean? But I try to make the most educated guess I can about stuff that we don't know. And I talk to Miss Jackie all the time. I'll tell you straight up, if I don't know, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's one of those situations where you got to be in the room to know what's going on. And I would never, unless a player says it out their mouth, I would have never assumed that a player feels or says this, that, and the third. Like when I see these articles come out, these fake sites for clickbait, y'all know I don't ever do no videos for no damn clickbait. I'm not that type of dude. Like I tell you what it is straight up. And if it ain't, if I don't know what it is, I'm gonna say, hey, I don't know. I'm not one of these guys that work for the team, so I'm not there. So I'm not that fly on the wall, which I wish I could be. But you said talking heads, blah, blah, blah. Right. You look at Dan Orlovsky, you look at David Carr, and you're just like, what the? Come on, y'all were NFL players. Why are y'all talking like this? So it only makes sense to me that they're just. And Mark Holmes talked about it too on his channel. He talked about Skip Bayless and how Skip Bayless is a fan of this team, a fan of that team. He's a Patriots fan 1 minute, he's a Cowboy fan another minute. Talking about my Cowboys this, my Cowboys that, but you always burning Ezekiel Elliott's jersey every other day. I don't get that. I don't get that. And then all of a sudden, Tom Brady goes to the Buccaneers and everybody's on the Buccaneers' ass. Everybody wants my homeboy Brandon. Shout out to my homeboy Brandon, not the one that's in here, but I got a homeboy named Brandon as well. Shout out to him. He's a diehard Tampa Bay fan. He been a Tampa Bay fan when they sucked. I'm talking about sucked. I'm talking about that season when they were 2-14, 1-15. Those seasons, those struggle seasons, and you got to say it like you stutter. Struggle seasons. That's what it's all about. If you're a fan of a team, you're there struggling. You got to be there when they're struggling. You know he's full of crap. You know he is. Full of it. Full of baloney. Yeah, now he's a Bucks fan. Now all of a sudden you're a Bucks fan. Okay, all right. Well, because he want to follow Tom Brady ass. Okay, that's fine. They got Gronkowski. They got all. What do he say about them? They got the best tight ends over there. Okay. All right. We'll see what happens this season. We'll see. Now, with everybody opting out, I don't think that it's kind of fair right now because there's some teams that have a disadvantage because they had a lot of core players that, opted out. So they're going to have a lot of young players playing on the team, which also gives an opportunity for some undrafted guys to get in spots. So I think that this is a win-win season for a lot of these undrafted guys because in otherwise situations where they would have been cut from a team, they might actually be able to play for a team. So you said with orange and white uniforms. Yeah, they did change their uniforms, didn't they? Or you talking about the old school uniforms, the creamsicles. The Skip who? No, Anita, skip his ass. That's how skip him. Like you playing Uno. Skip, draw 2, draw 4. Speaking of Uno, I love playing Uno, man. I would draw 4 on a mother in a minute. I'm trying to tell you. If I get a draw 4, I'll wait for the time to come. I'll hold on to it. I'll bite my bottom lip. I hit it like I'm playing dominoes. Just slam that thing down. Anyway, that's off topic, but y'all already know. But we can talk about that. Actually, I'm gonna mention that in a minute. I had an idea that I wanted to present to you guys too. I'll talk about it before I end the stream tonight. But yeah, so you said that's fine. Betas can join their fan base. Who gives a damn what he says about it? I know, right? But again, we talked about this already. Mike Fisher, right? Mike Fisher as well. Mike Fisher talked crap to Mark Holmes. We've all met Mike Fisher. We've talked to Mike Fisher. We know how Mike Fisher rolls. We don't even let that trip. You know what I'm saying? Mike Fisher, I had a conversation with Mike Fisher too when I met him in person. He told me, which I was shocked, he knew about my channel. I was like, you know about my channel? I must be doing something right. Mike Fisher knows about me. Okay. And this is before I even, this was like a year ago. So like from a year ago to now, like you knew me then. So, and he was just like, look, you got a small channel, keep building that thing. Keep building. Like he gave me, whatever. He gave me good. I don't hate him, but I just look at it like this. I don't always agree with what he's talking about either. But that's just like with anything. Me and Mark don't always agree. Me and Law Nation don't always believe. Me and Vosh got different views of things. So yeah, it's a compliment. He gave me a compliment, so I ain't mad at the brother. You know what I'm saying? Like he told me, he's like, yeah, I see you guys. I see you guys doing your thing, and y'all speaking the truth, and y'all speaking real. So he gave me props. So I was like, hey, you know. Yes, Miss Jackie, we were, and I actually got having to meet him when he told me he knew who I was. I was like, damn, I'm like, oh, what's up? That's what's up. Now Now I would love to get that money he making up there. I would love, because I think I'm good enough to be on these little shows. What y'all think? What y'all think? How would y'all feel like if I had the opportunity to like be on these shows? If they were to give me the freedom to speak how I want, as far as like not, I don't want no script. Don't give me no script, because I know enough about this game to go up there and just freestyle whatever. You just tell me what the topic is, and I'll do my research on my own. And I'll get in there and I'll kill that shit, because that's what I do. And I got full confidence in that because I'm good at what I do. But it is what it is. You and me, we don't always agree. Well, we don't, Miss Jack. Nobody does. If we all agree with each other 24/7, it kind of be boring. But you guys can get an idea of what we're talking about. Like for the most part, you get the general idea. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing. They're trying to get ratings. Cowboys equal ratings. More of and that's what I talked about, Dave. Is clickbait. And even with this whole Randy Gregory thing, we keep pushing the narrative of trying to get him back with the team, trying to get him back with the team. But over and over again, it's the same thing over and over again. Well, it's because of that. It's because of that. It's a bunch of bullshit excuses. Like, stop playing and get him out there. You're right, Brandon Williams. You're absolutely right, Brandon. I do have my own show, and it is right here. Now, I do at some point though. Like once I get my own place again, and get myself back on my feet or whatever. I think I'm going to, um, hopefully after this COVID, I can make more money again, get back to me and what I need to be doing, build my new man cave, and because I got a bunch of ideas right now, and I'm probably gonna need Mark's help for that. But I'm definitely trying to do some big things as well, because I want to make my experience, your experience with me, even better. Um, so as I segue into what I wanted to talk about before, so as we talk about the channel memberships, right? I was trying to, like I said, I told you guys before, I was gonna activate my channel memberships, but COVID came, and I was like, well, I don't want to pigeonhole people into buying my memberships, because I don't want to take y'all money like that. You know what I'm saying? I know that a lot of us are out here struggling. Some of us ain't working. Some of us are unemployed. Some of us just got family members that are sick, and we just got other stuff going on. But what I want to do when I do kick that off, I want to do live streams. And me and Miss Jackie talked about this. I don't know if Raymond is in here, but Raymond and I talked about it. Basically trying to get a group of you guys as my members for bonus content. So I'll do a live stream just for my members. And we'll talk, and probably Shay too, because I know Shay would like it. Just to get in there and talk about stuff that's other than football. Like we could get into anything. Y'all want to know personal stuff about me. I know personal stuff about y'all. It's almost like I'm trying to build a family within the Cowboys community. Not just about that. We could talk about anything. What's really big right now, what I really want to get into is the whole mental health thing. I care about you guys as my, subscribers, as, fellow Cowboy fans. And even those of you that follow me that are not Cowboy fans, it doesn't matter. It's all good. We are in a circle of football fans, period. Whether it's Cowboys, Eagles, it don't matter. But I think that mental health right now is a big thing. You look at Tamar Braxton, trying to kill herself, and Nick Cannon thinking about doing the same thing, and his friend already doing it, and all those things that even celebrities go through. Us as normal people, we go through things every day, and a lot of people don't know what the other person is going through. So I just wanted to bring something to the table that we can just have a conversation about, and we can all converse together as a whole, and we can just vent. We can vent, and it's going to be a private live stream with just the members, and we just do that. I think that would be awesome, and I really want to do that because I felt like I don't know if you guys believe in God, but I do, and God spoke to me, and I just felt like He told me that I need to do this. I wanted to build my platform because I'm able to reach the people. Because some of you guys already talk to me. Shout out to David Jenkins. He hits me up all the time in the DMs. His brother's, in the hospital right now, so I've been praying for him. Miss Jackie, she has a family member that's also sick right now. So again, we can put y'all on the prayer list. We can just talk about it. We can have church up in here. We can do whatever you want to do. And what I'll do is I'll open up the forum and we could just talk about it, and we could just, Thomas, it is a major issue. It is. And again, I don't want to lose none of y'all. And I think that it's important right now that we stick together, especially with this COVID. It's a lot to deal with, man. Some people can't handle being locked up inside the house. Some people can't handle wearing masks every day. It's hot as hell outside. Nobody would want to wear these masks, but we have to, because we have to stay. We have to stay vigilant. We have to stay safe, and we have to make sure. Look, I got a grandmother here that is she's elderly, and she has other sicknesses. So because of that situation, I have to make sure that I'm not around people that have it, because I don't want to bring it to her. Because who knows? I could be asymptomatic. I don't know that. But at the same time, I know that I have a very strong immune system. I don't really care for myself so much. If I get it, I could probably take some Tamiflu, whatever, Theraflu, and I'll be good to go. But for somebody like my grandmother, if she gets it, she can't. I mean, it's going to be devastating to her. So those of you that have a situation like that, that is what I want to bring to the table to talk about. And I think that we have to be safe, and we have to know what's right, what's wrong, what's true, and what ain't. Because I'm going to tell you, that media ain't going to tell you the truth. And I think that when we talk about it as a whole, and we do our own research, and we be smart Cowboy fans, like to do research, you know what I mean? Like research, and we can come together and just come to a situation where it's like, okay, this is where we at. And let me know what you guys think about that. I see some of you guys have wrote in here, whatever about it, but I think that'll be good. And I want to let me know what you guys think. Vasha Brandon to Shane, I would pay to see that. And you also, oh yeah, Miss Jackie. Me and Vosh together. First of all, me and Vosh together is a problem. Is a problem. A problem. You can't put me and Vosh in the same room. I think that me and Vosh could compete in a football talk in a room with all of them talking heads. I'll put money on that. I will put money on that. Appreciate it, Dave Moore. They would not be. You're right, Shay. They wouldn't be able to handle us. They wouldn't be able to do it. First of all, they'll be like, well, why are we paying these guys millions of dollars when we could pay Vosh Lombardi and E2 to do the same thing? And you're going to get better content out of it, because you're going to get it raw. I'm talking about raw. Y'all like it raw? You're going to get it raw. Thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. You're gonna get it raw with us. And I'm gonna tell you right now, like I'm not gonna sit here and shortchange nobody. I'm gonna keep it 100 24/7. Now, as far as doing those type of jobs, which is the reason why I like been hesitant on applying on doing stuff like that, because I just feel like a lot of it's fake, and I get it. They got to get their ratings. Somebody got to disagree with somebody. And y'all already know I'm not a biased Cowboy fan. I will say anything that's bad about my team. If it ain't right, it ain't right. If it smells dirty, it ain't right. So I'm not a homer to the point where I'm just gonna just praise everything when it ain't right. Because if it ain't right, it ain't right. I told you all the time, like I'm not a fan of Jason Garrett as a coach. I'm a fan of him as a person. I think he's an amazing individual, but he's just an average coach. He's just mediocre. And that's why we had a lot of 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 seasons. That's it. 8-8, 88. That's it. So just like Dak will compete over anything. E2 versus Vosh. Yes, that's it. You said happy anniversary to the movie How to Be a Player. How many years is it? I remember that movie. That was my movie. Who was that? Bill Bellamy. Alan, you said 100. 100, brother. I look at it like this. I feel like I think the biggest thing right now with this team, 97. You mean Tristan Hill? Who knows? And that's the funny thing about this off season because we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what the team gonna do. We don't know. We don't know. I mean, they could go out there and just bust teams' asses this season and just be like, we coming for the crown now. No more of this. Y'all keep talking about we can't do this, we can't do that, we suck. I just want to the haters that hate on the players of this team, whoever they don't like, or just the team in general that they hate. I hope the Cowboys just rub that shit all in their face. Excuse my language, but I just hope that they rub it all in their face. Because at the end of the day, this is where we at. Garrett was a Jerry Jones build a coach experiment. Yeah, pretty much. Paul Johnson, thank you for the super chat, bro. God bless you, my brother. Keep it going. We need your voice. I appreciate it, Paul. I definitely do, man. Look, I'm just trying to speak for the people, man. I know that you talking about somebody myself that's dealt with depression, was once a person that was suicidal. Man, once I got the help that I needed, man, and I started, speaking to God and stuff like that, things got better for me. And I realized that, and I got a son now. So, me having a kid and, seeing how handsome my son is and seeing how smart he is and already at 1.5, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, I have to be a representation for him. He's going to look up to me as his dad and be like, okay, look, the dad is doing this, dad is doing that. I want to be like daddy. So, but he's going to have the freedom to do what he wants to do, and I'm going to support him as long as it's, a positive thing. And I will take my positivity that I bring to the table to you guys to him as well. So, my son is my main thing right now. That's all I got right now. You know what I mean? That's my guy. So, I have to be a positive influence on him. So that's why, Paul, I'm doing this for my future, his future, and what it is. Carlito, you just had your son 2 days ago. Oh, congrats. Is it your first child? If it's your first child, welcome to fatherhood. There's nothing like it. People used to tell me before I had a kid, and I had a kid late, later than most people. Because most of my friends' kids are teenagers that are my age. I'm starting late, but better late than never. My son is a blessing. I love him. Even though me and his mom are not together no more, I still respect her and everything. As far as that goes, and at the end of the day, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's no animosity. I just do what I need to do as my father, as a father to him, and my responsibility as his dad to make sure that he has everything he needs to survive. And he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. Yes, everybody say congrats to Carlito. Everybody, show love to Carlito right now. Cowboys going for heads this season. We're playing with something to prove. Definitely playing something to prove. Eric Jones. Hey, T, what kind of dog do you have? She's a Coco. Come here. She's a bull mastiff cane corso. So she's a mixture of both. So she's a mixed mutt. I got her 5 years ago at 6 months. I trained her for about 4 of those months. And Actually, me and my ex-wife together trained her together. I got to give her credit too. We both trained her, so she's wonderful. She look. She tell me when she got to go outside. She like a human. She look at me and be like, "Yo, what's up? Gotta go outside." And she started like doing this little shake thing that she do. Gotta go, gotta go. Um, so yeah, she's a cane cords is awesome. So a bull mask, yeah, and she's both. She was supposed to be. She was a runt actually, right? So she's 100 pounds, but she was a part of a breed that was trained. Her litter was bred to be police dogs for the Secret Service. So the rest of her brothers or the rest of her litter now work for the police. This one, she didn't make the cut. So I have her with. I bought her from the breeder, and yeah, she's mine. They said that she wasn't going to make it as a police dog because she was different. She was a runt, so she was more dependent than the others on people. So but she's a wonderful dog though. It took her a little while to learn things because she was a runt at the time, but she's caught up now. She's a very smart dog, and I love her to death. I do, and she getting these gray hairs though. You getting old, mama. She's 5 now, so in dog years, that's old. Thank you, Carlito, and everybody else that said it. You said say that fast 3 times. Nah, I'm good. Pure protection breeds mix. Yes, yeah. She don't bark look. She been sitting here this whole time. Y'all didn't even know she was over here. Like the thing. She doesn't bark, and I love it. Like she quiet. The only time she barks is when somebody knock on the door or something like that, or she be like, "Look, what's going on?" I think when the lightning gets hit, she gets scared a little bit. She's like, "What's going on out there?" But this is my big baby right here, my big mutt. Say hi to everybody, Coco. Say hi, Coco. Sit down. Sit. Good girl. There you go, mama. Look, you on camera. You okay in the camera? Look at the camera, boo. Look. Everybody can see you with all your beautifulness. Both breeds are known for not barking and growling. Yeah, and she's definitely trained to the point that she good. I give her commands. She know because I'm daddy. Hall of Fame game was supposed to be today. I know. Could you imagine? We would be. I was supposed to be at the Hall of Fame game. Me, Mark, and Michael. Shout out to Michael Anthony Fitness. We were supposed to. We were actually going to drive to Ohio to the game. That's what we had. We talked about this ever since like they announced that we were playing the Steelers in the Hall of Fame game. So we were going to drive and do that. We were going to get some good footage for you guys. Oh my God, that would have been wonderful. I had so many plans. The draft, y'all remember the draft? The draft seemed like it was so long ago, don't it? Y'all remember the draft? I was supposed to go to Las Vegas. That would have been my first time ever going to Vegas. I had my flight ready, had to cancel all that. Like I was so excited because it was my first time being able to go. And that sucked. It'd have been my first time going to the Hall of Fame game, seeing all of that. You said Miss Jagger since the drive to Dallas. Yeah. See, the thing about Mark, I love Mark, but he get on my nerves after a while. I be like, bro, because Mark is old and stubborn. So, when he gets stubborn, sometimes it's like, bro, ooh. But I love him to death. I do. I love going on trips with Mark and just acting silly, just showing you guys our trip and what we're doing and how things are progressing. It's good. It's good footage. It's good for you guys. It's almost like we bring you with us. You know what I mean? Do you believe Randy Gregory is a good argument about being reinstatement? I don't. You said has a good argument. Why don't you believe he has a good argument? He's done his time. He's done everything that he needed to do. He from what he says, he's good mentally, he's good emotionally, he's in shape, he feels like he's ready to go. The Cowboys already have rights to him, so technically all they got to do is reinstate him, allow him to take his physical, Allow him to take his COVID test, and he's right back in there. That's it. That's it. Yes, the LVE moment was epic. And even LVE said it himself. He's like, look, it's crazy. It's weird. It's different, wearing masks everywhere. But, he's happy to be back in the facility. He's happy to get back at it with his teammates. He's happy with this new coaching staff and what they're potentially going to do this season. So these players are ready to go, man. And I'm just ready to see them in action and what they can do. Ain't that right, Coach? She's hilarious. This is a hilarious dog. She really is hilarious. You and Mark on the road together was hilarious. Yes, Anita. And I'm telling you, like, Mark be talking so much trash, and I'll be wanting to headbutt him in the car sometimes. Y'all, and look, y'all think what y'all see on camera is hilarious. Y'all should see what y'all miss. Like, I wish y'all could see what when we're not filming. Like when we're just sitting there and I'm like, Mark, ooh, I want to throw something at you. Had everything ready for draft. Boy, it was a letdown. Yes, it was, Miss Jackie. It was. You said Randy to me has improved. He can stay on point. Well, I mean, what do you mean stay on point? Because again, all he did was smoke weed. I mean, I don't smoke at all. I'm not maybe cigars here and there, but I don't smoke like illegal drugs or weed or whatever. I don't smoke weed. I can't stand it. I tried it one time in college, never again. I'm not a fan of it. Now, if that's what he chooses to do, and the league said that god damn, they're lax on the weed, right? They're lax on the weed, so they're not really tripping about it like they were before. So if that's the case, if that was the only reason why he was suspended, why are you not reinstated? That's all I'm saying, Terrence. That's all I'm saying. Like, I hear what you're saying, but like, all he did was smoke. He wasn't really a problem. He didn't fight nobody. He didn't curse no coaches out. Now, Terrence, don't confuse Randy with David Irving. David Irving was the problem. David Irving was the issue. He was the one that was started talking about Jason Garrett and this and that and had a fallout with some of the coaches and stuff like that. Randy didn't have that issue with the coach. He never said anything bad about his coaches. So I don't know if you're confusing him with David Irving, but David Irving was the one with the real issues. All Randy did was smoke weed. That's all he did. And of course, he went through a little depression because he was like, well, damn, all I want to do is play football, and they won't let me do it. Yes, he likes to smoke weed. Okay, whatever. Oh, Eric, I feel you on that one. Cowboy players always get the extra hate. People can commit crimes of being restated before Cowboy. Right. Hell, I mean, I know that they just dropped the hammer on Antonio Brown, but I guarantee you after that 8-game suspension, they're going to let him back in, and somebody going to pick him up. But, to each his own. I'm excited for the guys to get back on the field, yes. Considering he has a medical condition, I say he has more than a legitimate argument. Right. NFL let him down. They owe him an apology. They do. And that's what I've been saying. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. If anything, if I were to look at him and Alden Smith, I would understand them not reinstating Alden Smith. Because Alden Smith did a lot of, like, illegal stuff. Like, he, like, what did he do? Like, he broke into somebody's car. He did other stuff. All Randy Gregory did was smoke weed. That's all he did. Alden Smith did some other stuff. I can see if you look at the both of them and like, okay, well, if one or the other was not going to get reinstated, it was probably I actually thought Randy was going to get reinstated before Alden did, but I'm glad that Alden's on the team. I love to see him. I mean, because the whole story behind him is real. You know what I mean? Like, he made mistakes, but everybody deserves chances. You know what I mean? Like, and this is his chance to come back. Yes, Miss Jackie Guns. Yeah, thank you. Blue, you got to stay on point in the NFL, bro. You do. But my whole thing, Terrence, it was just weed. And I'm not, and like I said, you talk, and this is coming from somebody that don't even smoke weed. So I'm not an advocate of weed at all. I really don't care about it. I mean, but what I'm saying is, from his standpoint, I look at it from, I had to put myself in Randy Gregory's shoes. All he did was smoke weed. So that's all I'm saying. I trust me, Terrence. I understand everything you say. Yes, you're right. You have to stay on point, and he should have been on point, knowing that they tested for weed at that time. He should have just not smoked it until he could, because a lot. Let's be honest with you. A lot of players in the NFL smoke weed. I'll be honest with you. I think Ezekiel Elliott does too. But Ezekiel Elliott knows when to do it and when not to. If he's doing it in the off season when you're not around the facility, then whatever. Long as you get that out your system before you go take your test. These players typically know when their tests are. It's just that with Randy Gregory and him being a multi-offender of smoking weed at the time, they tested him every damn week and just randomly. So he didn't know when it was coming. So at that point, he should have just been like, all right, I can't smoke at all until at the offseason. Compared to everyone else, Randy Gregory is a nice guy. He hasn't done anything criminal, beat anybody up, don't have a criminal record. Thomas, that's exactly what I was talking about. He didn't. And again, outside of the weed, that was all his issue. That was all he did. With injuries, Dez could be a possible, when you play spades, a possible. Well, Dez, what Dez going to do, Miss Jackie? Because they gave CeeDee Lamb his number. What Dez going to do? What number is Dez going to be when he come back? Would you see Dez Bryant in another number? Put Dez in number 83. I think that's Ventel Bryant's number right now. But Dez in anything other than the 88, that doesn't even make sense. So I think, Miss Jackie, by them giving CeeDee Lamb his number, I think that Dez train has left the track. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Dez. I would have loved to see him come back to Dallas Cowboys. Just imagine if Dez was still on this team with CeeDee Lamb here. You're talking about teams already talking about we got the best receiving core, right? You put Dez in the mix with that as a fourth guy or a guy that they just use in certain situations, like for sluggo routes or for over the shoulder passes to the end zone. That's it. You just use him part-time? Because I'm pretty sure that Dez loved the Cowboys so much he would come back even on a part-time position. So I'm just saying, in a perfect world, Miss Jackie, I hear you on that. But unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna work like that. Yo, Tamira, better late than never. Shout out to Tamira, man. One of my day ones. Her and Dave Moore. All my day ones up in here today. When you be tested, so you forgot when you test positive. You're right. Shout out to Tamira. What's popping? You said Dez is not coming through the doors of AT&T. I agree, he's not. I would love for him to, but we know he's not. Dez could be a different player under Mike McCarthy. You know it, Terrence. I agree. Virtual high five. Yes, he would. He would be amazing under Mike McCarthy. But like we said before, in a perfect world, that makes sense. But where they moving right now, it's not gonna happen. I mean, Dez might as well go to the Ravens or to a team that, hell, he might have to go to the Jets because they cut some of their wide receivers. Might have to go to the Patriots. Who knows? Just imagine Cam throwing the ball to Dez. That'd be interesting. But anyway, that sounds like some fantasy football type stuff right there. But we're not gonna get into that. Listen, if we didn't let Witten come back, Dez has no chance. Wait. If we didn't let Witten come back, Dez don't have a chance. He don't. And Witten asked to come back. No, you know what it was, Miss Jackie? This was the conversation. This is the exact conversation with Jason Witten. They didn't tell him no. They said that Mike McCarthy said that you could come back, but you're not going to be the guaranteed starter. If Blake Jarwin shows more promise, he's going to be ahead of you. And Jason Witten was like, oh, no, dog, I'm the number one. I'm going to be the number one. I mean, that's not how I talk, but you know what I mean. I'm going to be the number one. I'm going to be a progress stopper. And Mike McCarthy said, ain't no progress stoppers on my team, so you go to the Raiders. And that's what happened. That's what happened, Miss Jack. That is exactly what happen. Tamir, you said, man, Dez would be dope right now, but yeah, I don't see him come back. Yeah, they took his number away. That should tell you all you need to know. They gave his number to CeeDee Lamb. Who the hell? What number is Dez gonna be if he come back? What number? What number? It's gonna be weird other than 88. And then if Dez came back, right? How weird would that be? You see Lamb on the back of 88, but you see the old 88 right there, and you're like, is that Dez Lamb? Dez Lamb. Dez Lamb with the touchdown? Oh, Dez Lamb with the touchdown. Come on. They still dragging their feet with Randy. Yeah, Tamira. We talked about it. We talked about the whole situation. And we just looked at it as being like, to recap, it's just unfair what they're doing to your man Randy. And like I was explaining to Terrence in the chat, that he wasn't violent. He didn't hurt nobody. He didn't steal nobody's car. He didn't rape no girl. He didn't slap no woman around. So all he did was smoke weed. That's all he did. And they're treating him like a common criminal. So, I mean, whatever the beef they got with Randy Gregory and or the Dallas Cowboys, none of it is fair right now. None of it is. He said, "Remember when Dez turned down the Ravens? I bet he regretting that now." I mean, shoot, they'll probably want to sign him again, though. We know he turned down the Ravens. He did that a while back, but he could go back. Hell, he could go back to the Saints. He could go to anybody. This is why a tight end for Cleveland is dragging Witten for being selfish. Yeah, Miss Jackie. Because he know what's real. His old college number one. Think about it, Terrence. So the thing about it is, Terrence, wide receivers in the NFL don't have numbers like that. You will never see an NFL wide receiver with a number less than 10. That's just what anything less than 10 is a quarterback number or a kicker number. That's it. Shay, yes, Dish should have went to the Ravens when he had a chance. Yeah, he should have. Yeah, but he drug Witten's ass. Dez would have made good money playing with the Ravens. He would have. He should have just went ahead and. But see, at that time, Dez was like hurt by the Cowboys. It's almost like that girlfriend that broke up with you, but you still love her because her box, you know what I mean, is really good, and you fell in love with her box, if you know what I mean. And her box is really good, so you're like, you know what? I want that old thing back. And Dez's old thing is the Dallas Cowboys. He is in love with the Dallas Cowboys. He can't get Dallas out of his mind. So him playing for another team is weird for him. Even when he went to the Saints, he still was all in Cowboy news and talking about the Cowboys. Like, Dez Bryant is asphyxiated with the Dallas Cowboys. He loves Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones loved Dallas Cowboys. I mean, Dez Bryant. Jerry Jones loved Dez so much, I think about him when I'm in the shower. Yeah, so y'all remember that comment, right? Yeah, so here we are with that. Holding out hope to be a Cowboy again. Yeah, we know. That's what it was. Holding out hope because he was missing that old thing. He wanted that girl back. Tamira, you are Tamira. Tamira, you know that box would do it every time, Tamira. You already know. Yeah, he was in his feelings. Shay, he was in his feelings because of that box. The Cowboys was the box. You know, that box was good. And he was like, I ain't want to leave that box. You feel? Oh my God. Oh my God, that box got, that box get to you, baby. I'm trying to damn. Woo! Make you want to come back. What he say? What he saying Friday after next? It's so good, make you want to slap your mom. Oh. All right. So back to the Gloria days. So yeah, and I kind of feel sorry for Dez, man, because you put yourself in his situation, wanting to be with this team, and it's like, you know, a lot of these put. Come on, Miss Jackie. Come on, Miss Jackie. You already know I'm crazy. That just makes me me. I wouldn't be me if I wasn't crazy. Tamira, I catch full thing tomorrow, Cowboys Nation. Yeah, Tamira, I know you got a lot on your plate, Shouty. Appreciate you sliding through though, definitely. But like I said, you can always watch the playback. What was I gonna say? Um, yeah, guys. So just last thing I want to say before I end tonight. You look at this whole Randy Gregory situation, and you're just like, I, in my heart of hearts, I believe that they'll be able to bring him back, uh, reinstate him at a time that makes sense. Reinstate the guy. Like, stop playing games with the situation. Let the guy play. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like, um, I just feel like at this point, like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Let your guy do what he need to do. Shay, you, Anita. Y'all know I be trying y'all. I just y'all know the box. I'm gonna have y'all thinking about that all night. Y'all gonna wake up in the morning laughing. Y'all gonna watch. Y'all gonna wake up tomorrow morning laughing. That E2, I tell you, that damn E2. The box. So whenever y'all look at a situation where you miss something, think about the box. Now, it's a proverbial box. Like, even for you women, the box could be the mailbox as well. You know, the box could be, a different type of box. Those of you women that like the men. You know, you know what I'm you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So there's that. So Dallas gets all the hate from Shannon and Big. Yeah, yeah. And the thing about it is, I don't think Skip Bayless is. I know Anita. I'm a mess. I gotta get my life together, Anita. I do, because I am. I will admit I am a total mess. I am pure adulterated fun. That's what I am. I'm definitely an acquired taste, if you will. Some people like it, some people don't. But I love the fact that you guys are here with me on today. Yeah, like you said, Terrence, like, yeah, Skip ain't no Cowboy fan. Skip 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 just, he liked the Bucks. Yeah, Miss Jackie, he liked the Bucks. He liked the Patriots. He rides the box of Tom Brady. I think Skip Bayless likes the box of Tom Brady, because that's all they talk about is Tom Brady. Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that, Tampa Bay this. The Bucks are gonna do this. The Bucks have a great tight end group. The proverbial box, as we speak. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh my God! You said who cares for Skip? I'm glad he's off the Cowboys train. See, Alan. See, you say that. You say he really off the Cowboys train? Because I think that when watch Alan, I guarantee you, Alan, when the Cowboys start playing games, he gonna be like, "Oh, they winning with Mike McCarthy." Wait a minute. He gonna be in his phone like, "Did they just win 4 games in a row?" He where my you lucky my hat ain't on it. Here, man, he'll go in the trash can, grab that Dallas Cowboys hat that he threw in the trash can the game before that they lost, put it on his head and be like, "Oh, we on a winning streak, baby. What's up?" And then he gonna go right back and talk about the Cowboys, which is the proverbial box. The box that I was talking about, because he misses the box. So he's gonna go in there with Shannon Sharp. He'd be like, and he gonna start his conversation with it. Yeah, Miss Jackie, you already know what he gonna do. You already know what he gonna come in there after we win multiple games. He's gonna talk to Shannon early in the morning before we even wake up, and he's gonna be in there. We're gonna watch the playback, and what you're gonna hear is, "You're done, Shannon? Are you done talking, Shannon? All right." He's gonna clap his papers like he normally does, and he's gonna be like, "All right, Shannon, my Dallas Cowboys came in there and they whooped the shit out of the Rams. They whooped the Rams' ass. They went in there, they beat them, and then Shannon goes, skip, and then Skip gonna be like, no. You hear what I'm saying? My Dallas Cowboys. And Ezekiel Elliott with his 1,000 yards, and Tony Pollard with his half of 1,000, and CeeDee Lamb having 2 touchdowns in his first game, and Amari Cooper with another 2 touchdowns, and Michael Gallup with his 1 touchdown, but Michael Gallup ended up getting 108 yards because he had a lot of yak. All right, yards after catch. So, being said, I don't know. What are you talking about? When in the hell did Dak ever say he had garbage time yards? I don't even know what the hell that came from. Right. Dak ain't say no such goddamn thing about no freaking garbage time. Because if you actually really watch Cowboy games, if you actually really watched every one like you just said, what you would know is that we really weren't really behind in games. So how the fuck is it garbage time yards when we were only down maybe 3 points here and there? Not even a touchdown. That, you know what that's called? It's called a 2-minute drill. If you know football, you know what a 2-minute drill is. You know what a 2-minute drill is? And when you got 2 minutes on the goddamn clock and you came back from that 2-minute timeout and you come and try to drive down the field to score a damn touchdown to win the game. Garbage time my ass. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Because I'm gonna tell you, you can't fuck with somebody like me to know the game. I'm just saying. As soon as the Cowboys start winning a few games, Skip gonna be yelling his Cowboys hit shade. That's what I just said. I said he gonna be like every morning. He gonna find that old Ezekiel Elliott jersey that he threw in the trash from a couple of weeks before. He gonna find that old Dallas Cowboys hat. He gonna take that Ezekiel Elliott bobblehead that he has on his nightstand. So, you know. No, it's all good, Lakers fan. Just hey, you came in, bro. Appreciate it. Um, but Lakers fan, what's good about this is that even when I close out tonight, you can always watch the playback once it's uploaded. Once it's finished uploading, you can watch the playback. You know, it's late now, so it'll probably be, in tomorrow or whatever. Because you guys can watch me for lunchtime. You can watch me in the morning, whenever you want to, because that's the beauty of the YouTube thing. Once it's posted, it's there for you. But yeah. So any last words, guys, before I close out tonight? Let me know how y'all feel. What you feeling? What you feeling? Do you recall when we were beating the Rams when the game was over in the second quarter? Now this is garbage yards, but you talking to him. I hear you, Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie, there's no point in trying to relay messages to people that don't know what they're talking about. So it is what it is. Just it is. Don't even waste your breath. We already know that a lot of our deficiencies last year was play calling and coaching. We already knew that. So this year the Dallas Cowboys are going to be totally different. So when I tell you guys are going to see it, that coaching freaking matters. Matter of fact, I should get a shirt that says that. Coaching matters. I'm going to make some t-shirts. Just can't wait for the season to start. Yes, Alan, I agree with you, bro. Definitely can't wait. But what we're gonna do is, guys, as we embark on the season, as the days wind down, we're getting close. We're already in training camp. Guys are jockeying for position. I think that with the number of players that these guys can have on the team is getting higher. So there's going to be 55 players on the roster this year. I think they expanded the practice squad. So you're going to have a lot more opportunities for these young guys to get opportunities to go out there and play. Cowboys execution. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate it. We them boys. That's right. You goddamn right. Skip is like a Texans fan when they win. Yeah, I don't. The Texans fans remind me of a Texas version of the Washington football team fans. They're annoying as hell. They talk a lot of mess when they win, but then when they lose, it's like they still trying to find a way to be like, well, at least we beat y'all this season. It's like, I'm like, that's your only goal is to beat us. Okay, whatever. Yes, thank you, Cowboys execution. Definitely appreciate you. But again, those of you that know football for real, y'all know, and those of you that are avid listeners and followers of my channel and other Dallas Cowboy YouTubers as well, you guys already know the deal. Y'all not dumb. Y'all know that a lot of that stuff is fake. What they're talking about, even Shannon has approached Dak Prescott himself and said, all that stuff that I talk about you on the thing is negative. I don't really believe that. I'm scripted to say that. Shannon is scripted to say a lot of that stuff. I don't believe that Shannon really thinks that Dak Prescott is a bad player. I don't think that he believes that stuff. I think that a lot of it is scripted. He is paid to say that. I'm going to say it again. Those of you that listen to that crap, understand they are paid to say a certain thing. I'm not paid to say a goddamn thing. And I'm giving to you in the raw. We talk about that box, right? Raw. Anywho, let me stop. But yeah, that's basically where we at. It's a big reality show. That's all it is. That's all. At the end of the day, nobody gives a damn. I'm going to go back on the rest of the video tomorrow morning. Cool, appreciate it. Yeah, you'll be able to see it once it's uploaded later on tonight, so you can watch it in the morning. But if you, when you like it or whatever, if you like it on your YouTube app or whatever, if you're watching on your phone or wherever you're watching it from, you can pin it and come back to it anytime. When Dak won Rookie of the Year, who was meeting Dak and getting his autograph? Shannon Sharp. Exactly, Miss Jackie. We know that Shannon Sharp don't really mean what he says. It's it's all scripted, baby. They are paid. It's scripted because even Darren Woodson was like, I got hired by them and I quit because they wanted me to say stuff bad about this and that, and I didn't agree with it. And Darren Woodson is not a guy. Woody is not a guy to just be fake. And y'all have heard Woody talk many times. Y'all know that Woody keep it real. So why would he be a part of that crap? He's not going to do that. When Dak won Rookie of the Year, who was meeting Dak? Oh, I already read it. Good work, you two. Thank you. Zeke will be used at a backfield better. Yes, he will. Ezekiel Elliott actually said that everybody on this offense is going to eat. So Mike McCarthy, we know that Mike McCarthy likes to use. We know that Mike McCarthy with the Packers, he didn't have as good running backs. I think he had Stark. He had Eddie Lacy. Those guys weren't as good as Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard together. So he's salivating at the fact that he has a great running back tandem to deal with here in Dallas. So with that being said, he's gonna run some running plays. He's gonna do some different things. Our offensive line, what is our offensive line great at? Pulling. That pulling that we do on the line, because we have an athletic offensive line. They are able to pull. So that pulling and getting to the second level is what is going to get help get Ezekiel Elliott his yards, even without, him churning it himself. So you put the fact that of the brute strength that Ezekiel Elliott has to get 3 or 4 more yards after touch, and then you talk about the offensive line pulling for him and getting to the second level. Oh, it's going to be a whole different dynamic with this team going forward. And then you mix in Tony Pollard with throwing out the backfield and putting them on jet sweeps, and come on, man, come on. It's gonna be awesome. Remember when Lamar Jackson came in the league? People thought he would be a wide receiver. Yeah. Remember calling it downtime? Yeah. And that's the thing. Yeah, people don't really understand the dynamic of things, and they just say whatever out their mouth, and it's just dumb. I believe a lot of Dak hate from ESPN analysts, a public negative effect carries over to Jerry Jones. And another thing is too, let them keep hating Dak Prescott, because you know what? All that is doing is making him more enjoyable, because more people are going to watch him. Dak Prescott know what he got to do. All he got to do is go out there and ball. He's already proven that he could play. If you're not a Cowboy fan, of course you're going to hate Dak Prescott, because you hate the team as well. But me personally, like, you don't hear me saying that Carson Wentz sucks. I never say that. I've always gave Carson Wentz his credit, but you're not going to hear an Eagle fan give Dak his props. They're not going to do that, because they don't have humility. They don't have integrity. Me, I got all of that. So I speak the truth. If I say somebody is garbage, because that's what it is. And I can have proof behind that. Whenever people talk about Dak Prescott and he's this and can't do this and can't do that, give me proof. Give me something to go by. Don't just say he's a trash cock. Don't say this, because I just look at it as you just being a hater. And you can have your own opinion, but have a reasoning behind it. That's all I ask. Because I'll debate. Your opinion matters. It's just that it's got to make sense. If it don't make sense, then what are we talking about? Because I give you many reasons why he is good. So that's what it is. And he ain't gonna do nothing but get better with Mike McCarthy. So the Cowboys are the ones at bay because they messed up not giving him his contract. That ain't on him. He making his $34 million this year. They got two options: either you pay him or you get rid of him. And they talk all this stuff about how much they love Dak. Well, put your money where your mouth is and pay him next offseason. That'll make the Cowboy fans happy. And ultimately, if he balls out this year, then everybody that was hating on him, they're probably going to be Dak Prescott actually ain't that bad. Well, we've been saying this for years, but y'all don't even know football. And when you don't know the game, you say dumb stuff. And that's just how it is. Dak Prescott has the best start of a career as Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Yes, Terrence. Facts. And you're talking about a guy that was a 4th-round draft pick that this team didn't even want. They wanted Paxton Lynch that ain't even in the league. Ain't even in the league, y'all. It is what it is. But, that's all I had to say tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys coming to the chat. I'll take any last questions, comments, statements, whatever that you have before I close out tonight. I definitely appreciate you guys coming in here. You guys have been awesome, as always. I do this for y'all, man. I try to be consistent. I try to make sure that I, keep my promises to you guys, because, again, you guys deserve that. Shannon's not a great player either, just saying. He was all right when he played. He made it seem like he was the best tight end in the league when he played, but he was all right. Now, in the redraft, Dak is the number 1 pick. Zeke falls out of the top 10. I don't know why they would say Zeke drops out of the top 10, because if you look at Zeke's numbers, even with not playing those 6 games, he still is a top 1, 2, 3 running back in his league. So I just think that's bullshit for him to not be out of the top 10. Like Anita says, y'all, wear your mask. Wear your mask. Some people that wasn't in tonight, but it's all good. They'll be able to see the show again tomorrow. Donnell just came in. Donnell, I'm about to end the live stream, but you can go back and watch the replay. once it's uploaded. So that's the good thing about it. So good night, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks again for coming through and supporting me. It means the world to me, especially with everything going on in this world today, or should I say United States, because other countries seem like they're better than us right now. So good night, guys. I appreciate you guys coming through. Y'all have a good night. Peace. I'll probably be doing a video tomorrow, so check that out. All right, bye.